Welcome everybody. My name is Aditi Ramchandani and today we are doing Get Paid by Divine Clients, a topic super near and dear to my heart, and I'm excited to share about all of it with you guys too. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen so you guys I put a couple slides together for you guys to talk through my points. All right, so Get Paid by Divine Clients is the topic for today. So why this topic? This topic I wanted to bring up because, well, for one, it came to me in my meditation. So I knew it was something that was going to help people because anything that comes through intuition, like a download in meditation, we know that, all right, we want to trust that. So I trusted it and I showed up and I came up with this topic and super excited to share it with you. So why this topic? I've had experiences in my own business with new clients that I felt like it didn't really fit into like the norm of what I hear business experts say about like bringing in clients and building a business and da 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 da. And what I've come to see really is that when you are really following like your divine life purpose, sometimes the regular rules don't apply. We have our own set of rules that kind of govern our experience and our business experience. So I wanted to make sure that we talk about that part of it. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, so I thought it was important for me to talk about it. You know, we always hear if you don't hear something and you feel like it's important for people to know about or you feel like it needs to be shared, you should be the person to do it. So here I am doing exactly that. I've also found that this process that I use, it really helps reduce the stress. It helps makes the process easier. It helps like not making it as stressful as it could be. It really has given me a more peace of mind rather than feeling crazy stressed out all the time, as you can feel, right? As a business owner. I know you guys all know what I'm talking about. Like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I don't know which social media platform to be on or which this I need to be on. And oh my God, am I not sending out enough newsletters? Like, oh my God, my launch is completely gonna fail, right? All of those things come up. But these spiritual truths that I'm going to talk about today really help kind of reduce all of that craziness. And it really allows you to have some more fun with it. I found that the more I've come from this perspective and from this like bird's eye view, you can say, it has made it more fun. And most importantly, you guys, it works. It works. I'm going to talk about some of the results that I've had just this year that have like really, really shown me that it works. So I'm going to show you guys that too. And feel free to use the chat box to, comment on anything, share an experience that you had that's similar as well. And if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat box while we're talking. And if you're catching the replay, always feel free to tweet me too, and I will see that at Aditi Creative. All right, so continuing on why this topic, these are 3 cool divine client stories that I had that I wanted to share with you. So one of my clients, she literally had a dream about me and she contacted me and she was like, I had a dream about us working together and all this stuff and like wanted to find out the different options of working together. And next thing she knew, she signed a $1,700 package. Now, you guys, $1,700 is not a small amount of change, right? So the fact that someone had a dream and that like kind of propelled them forward to sign a $1,700 package, like that's pretty freaking cool. So I was like, wow, that's really different. Like, I haven't heard that before, right? From like a client. Like, usually I'm like, oh, people are like, oh, I saw you here and like, I've been watching you for a while and then, over time, I realized you know what you're talking about, so I decided to hire you. Like people have told me that, so I'm like, okay. And so client number 2 was literally praying to God saying, what are my next steps? What are my next steps? And she told me she kept hearing my name, contact Aditi, contact Aditi, contact Aditi. And I'm telling you guys, when she said this to me, I started crying because I was like, oh my God, this stuff is so real. It really works. Like, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? Like, because of course there are times like you do kind of lose hope and you're like, I don't know, man, if I'm supposed to be doing this, like what's going on? Like maybe I have it all wrong. and you pray to God and you do your part. But then when someone says that to you, you're like, whoa, there really is something bigger going on here. There really is something bigger than what we can see. So I'm going to talk about kind of what helped me even get to that, but even receive that, right? So, and then the third one, this client, which was usually more of a typical one, they see me somewhere like on Periscope or whatever. But this client, like I asked this client, like what, like at what point did you know, that you wanted to work with me? And he had said like, you know, the minute I saw you on video after like 10 or 15 minutes. So it was like the first time he had ever seen me. It wasn't like it was over time or anything. And he ended up getting a product with me. And then 2 weeks later, signed this almost $2,000 package, almost $1,900, right? So again, like these are not a small amount, right? So for someone who was like starting up from the beginning, from scratch, like it's like whoa, like, and I know you guys think that too, like, yo, can this really happen for me too, right? You know, can it happen for me too? That it is this flowy, this easy, this like, you know, people are willing to pay me this much money or maybe even more. Maybe you're already at these price points and you're at that next level and you're like, but I want it to be easier. I don't want it to be as difficult as it's been so far. So these spiritual truths that I'm going to go through today are going to help you with all of that. Okay. So let me talk a little bit about my story in case there's some new people on here. So again, my name is Aditi Ramchandani. I'm an intuitive marketing strategist and confidence coach. I work with spiritual entrepreneurs because I'm spiritual myself. I talk about the divine and the universe and all of that a lot in my marketing because I do teach intuitive marketing. All right. I hope you guys get confident, really like believe in yourself and your abilities, help you get visible, get you out there in front of people, your dream audience, and also get paid because you deserve to be paid for your gifts. All right. I believe that everybody has their own gifts, whether it's a financial gift, a art gift, a computer gift, whatever it is, everyone deserves to be compensated for their gift and their contribution to the world. And that is what I help people with because I love working with people who have a gift that's going to deeply impact other people's lives as well as deeply impact their own life. I love to like say this to people, like it's not selfish to pursue your divine gift to actually make your life better, because I've seen that when you actually follow the path that you were born here to do, things just kind of start falling into place. Now, if that's your reason and that's your drive, I say that's amazing. That's exactly what was going on for me because I was in corporate America for 6 years. And after year 3 is when I really felt like it just wasn't working for me. And I was like, I want something else. I want some more freedom in my life. I hate going to work every day, early in the morning, commuting and all of those things. And I was like, I felt like I want to do something more meaningful. I wanted to do something more fun and not something that I didn't want to do. Like, you guys, I don't know if it's because my skin is brown, but I always get pushed into technical positions when I'm in corporate America. Like, I'm just like, yo, I do not want to do technical. I don't know what keeps getting me in the technical position. So I was like, I really want to do marketing. I love the big picture. I love the branding, the coloring, the messaging, the communication. So in corporate America, I helped lots of big companies with improving their communication processes as well as their business processes, which is now what I pretty much help entrepreneurs and business owners do. If you guys will see here, I was kind of like a credential chaser for a bit, you know. I was like, I'll be ready when I'm a life coach. I'll be ready when I'm an angel card reader. I'll be ready when I go to grad school. I always was waiting to be ready to jump into my business because I never felt like I was ready yet. I was like, let me just get some more training. Let me just get some more X, Y, Z. So if that's you, know that no credential is going to actually make you feel more ready. So I believe you're already good at your gift, so it's time to step into it now. You really do learn as you go. So I'm mainly known for my 2 courses, Get Seen, Get Paid and Confident Marketing Academy. Get Seen, Get Paid is kind of like the starter intro course which really sets you up with all the business foundation. And then Confident Marketing Academy is more of the advanced course. It goes much more in depth. So here's some of the wins that I was telling you guys about that I wanted to share with you. So Get Seen Get Paid was my first 5K course that I got last year, my first year of business. Okay, and Confident Marketing Academy was my first 10K course that I got this year. I had my first 10K month separate from Confident Marketing Academy, and my first 10K month also this year. So CMA, Confident Marketing Academy, and my first 10K month were both this year. And this year is when I really started implementing these spiritual truths. So that's why I wanted to tie it all together so you guys can see that these results are very real. They're very tangible. It's like cash, dollar bills in my bank account from these spiritual truths, you know, because sometimes we're like, oh, if we're just praying, like, is anything really happening? Like, it has happened for me. And that was like one of the biggest shifts that I made this year. So that is kind of like your tangible proof to see that. Now, these numbers could vary based on where you are in your business. But since I had started in January 2016, I literally didn't know if I was going to make it. You guys, okay? I'll be completely honest, didn't know if I was going to make it. Only had $1,500 in my pocket when I first started, and I had no rent for February. So I kind of really took a really big leap that not everybody would feel comfortable with, but I just had so much like readiness to go, and I just kept getting signals to go that I just went with it. And I was like, you know what, worst comes to worst, I guess I will have to get a job, but otherwise I'm going to go full force with this and give myself a shot. And so I did. So these numbers for me are really, really big because I'm like, wow, like it's really happening. OMG, right? So that is kind of my story of, you know, not knowing if I was going to make it, but here I am much later. All right, so today, 3 spiritual truths, and then a 4th bonus requirement that we add to the end, all right? All right, so the first one is, you guys ready for this? My divine gift has an equal audience of people who are meant to receive it. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Let this really seep into yourselves as I'm saying it out loud. Like, let's actually make this a process, okay? So let this seep into yourselves. My divine gift, so think of whatever your gift is, my divine gift has an equal audience of people who are meant to receive it. Literally visualize yourself and visualize a group of people out in front. It's like the audience is mirroring you, is mirroring your gift. When you really feel this in your body, you're like, whoa, that's pretty cool. This feels really good. I do have a purpose. It does have more meaning to it than you just trying to build this business because you want to get out of the corporate job. It becomes something much bigger. All right, so my divine gift has an equal audience of people who are, look, the divine wouldn't give you a gift for no reason. Everything has a purpose. Okay, so it's not an accident that you're being called to do this. So here's a little bit more like, you can maybe call it an affirmation or kind of like supporting ideas. My divine gift has an equal audience to it, right? So supporting idea is, I was given a gift that was meant to be shared. But I say this, it's for people who really feel it in their gut. Like, I just know that I'm meant to do this. I just know. It's just this inner knowing. I know I'm supposed to put this message out there. I know I'm supposed to do this work. I just know I'm meant to do something different than maybe what I'm doing now. All right, so that is an important component of this. This may not just be for everyone, but like, oh man, but I'm good at this and I'm not getting an audience for this. If it's not a divine calling, you guys, it's not gonna work. All right, so I'm specifically talking about when it is really your divine calling. And if you don't know what your divine calling is, there are people who do soul purpose readings that I can refer you to that are really good. So that's there too. And then the next supporting idea is it will reach the right people who are meant to receive it. It will get to the people who are meant to receive it. Okay? So whoever is meant to do it, they're also getting the nudges by the divine to move forward with that thing. Okay, so second, spiritual truth. And you guys can let me know, you can type how you're receiving these spiritual truths, how you resonate with it, what's coming up for you, any of that kind of stuff. I'm going to see if I can. Okay, cool. Just want to check if there are any other comments. All right, so next one. My clients have already been selected by the divine. Again, allow it to seep into you. My clients have already been selected by the divine. Wait, what? So you're telling me that I don't need to go scrounging around for clients and killing myself, doing all these crazy calls and losing my mind? You do have to do some of it, right? But what I'm saying is that the people that you're meant to work with has already been selected. Doesn't that kind of take the burden off of you when you think that? So let me get to the supporting ideas now. All right, so my clients have already been divinely selected. The divine has already picked out who is to benefit from this gift, which is kind of like the same thing, but I really wanted to say the words have already picked out. Already picked out who. The gift that the divine gave you already has an audience. The divine has already knows their names, knows where they live, knows what they do, already been taken care of. And as I show up and give value, the right people will show up too. As I show up and give value, the right people will show up. And I wanted to add this caveat. In order to getting paid, because we're talking about that too, like getting paid by divine clients, one thing to keep in mind is that they have to also feel ready. So they may feel intuitively guided to work with you, but if they don't feel ready, like if they haven't allowed themselves to start before they're ready or like jump through that, then that's not going to work right now. It's not going to happen right now. And the reason I share that, because it's happened with me, right? Well, their intuition is telling them to work with me, so I don't get what the holdup is, you know? But sometimes people have their own stuff. They're too fearful. They're not ready to make those changes or whatever it is, right? They're just not ready yet. So that's something to keep in mind. That does happen. So it's not something that you want to take personally is where I'm going with it. I love this one. So really feel this in your body, because this one always gives me chills. And you can just say it too with me. I am supported completely. Allow yourself to feel the blanket of the divine around you. And if you're like, man, Aditi, I don't feel nothing, connect to your body. Be present in your body. You will feel it. You'll feel a little whoosh. I am supported completely. Doesn't that feel so peaceful and nice? And something that you would want to feel essentially, right? Such a different place to be living your business from. Because oftentimes we don't feel supported. And then that adds that extra burden of not feeling good and all of that other stuff that adds up. So when you say, I am supported completely and really believe it, you'll really be able to embody your gift and show up very powerfully. And people will respond to that. So if you can, and these are the supporting ideas, I am given direction at each step of the way. I am given direction at each step of the way. I am given all the tools needed to complete the task I'm given. And what I'll say is, and so Pooja said the support one is hard for me. Not that I don't want it, but it's hard to believe it. I totally know what you're talking about because there are many times I do not feel supported at all. But I'll say this, we as humans have a certain idea of what support looks like, and we want it to play out in a certain way. And when it doesn't play out in that way, we get mad. I didn't get this in time. This completely screwed up all my plans. Have you ever heard that joke? It says, if you want to make God laugh, tell God your plans. Because the divine isn't complete perfect timing. The divine has a much bigger plan, a much bigger thing going on that we can't completely see or make sense of. So sometimes these spiritual truths help you kind of connect to that something bigger, that higher self. That's like, look, I don't know what you are doing right now, but I need you to show me like why this is happening. And sometimes we'll understand it later on, right? But and so I remind myself this when I am feeling stuck in those places when I'm like, man, so then I have to remind myself this. So this is now we're talking a little bit more about like implementing these things into really your belief system. Because if these are just ideas, they're going to stay very distant from you and you're not going to actually be able to have the results from it because you do really have to feel it on some level and believe it on some level. And slowly you want to keep cracking at it, working on it, where it really does become a part of your core belief system, which is kind of the deepest part from where all of our situations arise from our core belief system. So if our core belief system is that we're not supported, and that's the evidence we've seen throughout our lives in the past, because maybe we were seeking support from the wrong places, you guys. Sometimes we're seeking support from friends who can't be there for us, who can't be that support system, or mentors who we thought were going to be our mentors, but ended up completely being like a crapshoot. Like that happened for me, you guys. I had this mentor I really believed in, was really following, like was in her programs. And in this one day, like she really, really embarrassed me and kind of insulted me in front of a group of people, in front of 15 plus people. It was an in-person event and it was really, really bad, you guys. I like completely crumbled that night. I had never been kind of put in a position like that in front of so many people. Actually, I'm lying. It had happened once in high school. So I think part of that was healing that. I just remembered. I'm like, wait, never mind. But I didn't feel supported at all. I was like, oh my God, like somebody who I really trusted in and put my faith in and thought, she can really help me go to that next level as a business mentor, completely destroyed me. And it was something related to my faith. So it wasn't even with the business. It was a very personal attack. So it was crazy, you guys. So yeah, I get it, I totally get it. And that's why it's a good opportunity for you to see where you don't feel supported. Where do you not feel supported right now? And look at where that's coming up for you. And I would actually ask you to again look at, on the opposite, look at where have you been completely supported? Even though you thought it didn't happen the way that you wanted it to happen, did everything all fall into place? Did everything end up happening for a better reason? I will say in my life, I always understand how this served me much later. But there are one or two things that I still have like a little bit of a pent up thing about that I don't understand why that happened. So I get it. So there are those few things that you'll be like, I don't understand why this happened. This is some BS, like screw the universe, whatever it is. But for the most part, when I look back, especially my first year of business, I had some really, really, really dark, bad times. And even in January, just this January, I had some really, really, really tough emotional times for myself. But then soon after, I ended up getting crazy big results, like the 10K month and the 10K course launch. I ended up moving across the country. So all these big, good things were happening for me as well. And now I understood, kind of why that was happening. And if you think about it, you are always given some sort of direction. And this comes into really connecting with your intuition and building that deeper experience, So our intuition can guide us, can give us the direction on where to go next. And you guys, I know that it's scary as hell because you only get one step And then maybe you see like a general big picture of where you want to go, but you're like, I have no idea how I'm going to get there. But it's crazy because I didn't even know how I was going to get here in my business, having a 6-month mastermind, having a marketing membership club, having 2 paid courses that have had great results. I didn't know if it was really, going to happen that way, but I just kept following each little step, even if it was, okay, here's an idea of this class. And even this class, you guys, was given to me in my meditation. I only had the title, Get Paid by Divine Clients, and I had the idea about like the dreams and this and that happened. I was like, whoa, this is cool. And like I didn't completely know how everything was going to come together here. But as I was doing this and putting this presentation together, it was just flowing out so beautifully and so strategically and so clean. You know what I mean? Like I love this so much because sometimes you get these downloads, but it's hard to translate it into earth speak, you could say, and like convert it into like a way for everyone else to understand. So so this is an example for you right here, even for everybody, how I was completely supported when I was given this idea. So when you're given a gift, you are completely supported along the way. You are given all the tools. So if you aren't given a certain tool that you wanted to have and you're mad that you don't have it, then I want you to trust that you don't need that tool right now. There's a reason why you didn't get that tool. Sometimes I felt that way about Facebook ads. I haven't really used Facebook ads in my business. And sometimes I think that, oh, I'm not going to make it if I don't use Facebook ads. But like, I've never really gotten the intuition or nudge to move in that direction or have had the tools to really do it. So I keep trusting I'm not supposed to be doing Facebook ads right now, till yet, right? So that's another example. All right, so now let's get into the 4th component for actually getting results. And I'd love to know, how are you guys receiving so far everything I'm talking about? I know some of these things you may have heard of before, and they sound like great ideas, but I really want to challenge you guys to really think about how you can really ingrain this into yourself, into your belief system, because that is where the work is. That is where the results come from. Not from just reading it and being like, ooh, that sounds like a great idea. I want to believe it, but I don't believe it. Find a way to find evidence for when those things have been true for you. And use that as your foundation to step on, to have some ground on, to have some support on. And use me as an example because it has worked for me. Sometimes when I feel like I'm just not going to make it, I don't know what I'm doing, I'll use one of my mentors or one of the people that I follow as an example for myself. And I'll be like, look, if they can do it, they did it, I believe that it can happen for me too. Or they followed this process, so I'm going to use that same process because I'm very drawn to it. Right? The process for their business or whatever it may be. Trust what you are drawn to. So any guesses of what is required to actually get results from this? So like I said, the 3 spiritual truths are great, but what is actually required to get the results? Because you want to get paid too, right? You want to get paid too. Regina said consistency. Pooja said action. Regina said implementation, meditation. Amazing. So they all flow in a certain way. They all are the right answer, but you must get seen to get paid, which is the one thing that is my success kind of mantra. It is what I say all the time. Praying on the couch is not enough. You must get out there. There's no way people are going to find you or know about you unless you are visible. Now, are there some people who get all referral clients? Absolutely, but I don't see that to be the case all the time. So if you are one of those fortunate people, then that's amazing, but that has not been necessarily my experience. I have had to get seen in order to get paid, and I have seen this work for all of my clients. It's because they were getting seen, because they talked about what they were doing, because they put themselves out there, that other people were hiring them and finding them and learning about them and all of that kind of stuff. Regina said, yes, must get in front of your target audience. All right, so I heard this at a conference. Kate Northrup had first said it. She goes, when you pray, move your feet. So even though you're praying, you still got to keep walking. You got to move your feet. So yes, you got to take action. You got to be consistent. You got to do all of those things. And most importantly, you got to get seen, okay? So what does getting seen include? It includes being clear on your brand. So this is kind of like the more action related part of it, the more like things that we have to do here on earth, right? What does it include? Getting clear on your brand. What do you do? What do you offer? What is your messaging? I always hear people when they first come to work with me on their brand, they're not able to really clearly say what they do and what they offer. They're usually really confuzzled in their head and they're just like, I have these 5 certifications and I'm also this and I'm a this and I'm a that and I'm a this and I offer these 15 different modalities of services. And I'm just like, okay, you guys, that is too overwhelming for your audience to receive. Okay, so you wanna be kind of clear and succinct with it. You want to be clear and short with it. Being clear on your audience, because if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to no one. So you have to have some sort of direction of people that you want to work with, so that way you can reach the right people. Because if you're speaking in very vague terms, people won't feel like it relates to them. It has to relate to them. Your messaging has to relate to your audience directly. Because that's how they're going to be like, oh, I want to do this, or that's how they'll be drawn to you. So this part I know a lot of people really struggle with. So a lot of people get stuck in this area. So I really like to keep people pushing forward through the audience part, because people just get stuck there and they just stop. So don't allow yourself to get stuck there. So next, what you guys want to do is work through your visibility fears and your procrastination. And you guys, this is not something you do in the beginning only. Like, this is for advanced entrepreneurs too, like just this process, in the sense that you're gonna have to work through your visibility fears at every stage of your business. Like, I still have to work through my visibility fears even now. I still have to work on my procrastination. I still have to keep myself moving every time I get stuck. I still have to be clear on my brand. I have to, reinvent, not reinvent it, but like refresh it, because if something changes or things change, and I have to be clear on my offerings, and those change over time. I have to be clear on my messaging, and my messaging changes over time. So you guys will see, like, sometimes my clients will come back to me 3 months later or 6 months later and be like, hey, Vicky, I need a brand revamp. I'm feeling another direction now. So then we'll revamp everything. So these are the type of things you kind of keep doing repeatedly. And then a visibility strategy, really being consistently visible. And Regina said consistent earlier, in front of your dream audience. All right, so really being out there. Like, I'll tell you guys straight up, you guys, I know last year too, I was really visible those first 3 months and I hit burnout. And then I wasn't visible for maybe 2 or 3 months. Like, I was like kind of here and there intermittent, but I wasn't consistent. So I wasn't getting paid like the way I could have if I was seen more, if I was visible more. And I've seen this with my clients too. They'll be really visible, and then when they're not, their audience notices. Your audience is gonna notice as you're building one that you're not there anymore. They're gonna feel betrayed. They're gonna be like, she left us, or he left us. I've heard people's clients literally say that to them. So yeah, people, like, it does affect people. So you want to be consistent. All right, so if you guys want support on these things, you want to head over to Get Seen, Get Paid, because I do all of that in this course. It's all in there. And there's a couple people here who have done the course, and they will even tell you that they go back to the material again and again every time their brand needs to get revamped, or they need to get more clear on their messaging or whatever. The content is really something that you can keep going back to and using again every time your brand goes through a revamp. All right, so I'm just gonna show you guys real quick what that looks like. Looks like I have to change my share screen. Okay, cool. All right, so when you go to Get Seen, Get Paid, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the whole breakdown of everything. It basically covers 5 main areas, which is your branding. So we talked about that, the brand tuning. Then you do the audience clarity, and then we work through your visibility fear. So everything I wrote on that slide about what you need to do to get paid in conjunction with those spiritual truths, this is it. If you haven't done this part yet, this is where you want to go. Visual bravery, and then setting up your business structure, all of the different parts that you need. And you guys, I'm not one of those coaches, those experts who tells you you need to go get $10,000 worth of software and equipment and like systems in order to function as a business. I keep it super cheap and super simple for you guys. I will give you guys the cheapest options as well as the next best option as well as the pro option. So if you guys are starting with a very limited budget with starting your business, I got you covered. All right, so you don't have to worry about that because I've heard some client horror stories about that. So I want you to know that that's not my style. That's not what happens in here. We definitely work with wherever you are and whatever you have to put into this, all right? And then we're gonna do the marketing strategy. So it's basically 5 weeks of stuff. And what's happening, you guys, is I'm putting everything into a full system. So you'll be able to log in with your credentials and you'll have all of the modules in there and they're going to be released to you week by week. That way you can do the activities that each week is paired up with. All right, so you will have a login. It's going to be a really fancy system that I upgraded to this year that I love. You'll get to log in and it's just going to be a whole like cool course experience where you'll really be able to really strengthen and build that strong foundation for your business. All right, and then here are the bonuses. So I include a marketing basics course because there's things in Get Seen Get Paid that I don't cover, which is kind of the nitty gritty of setting things up, some of the tech trainings, all of that. I have also noticed people get stuck at. That's why I created the marketing basics course, so you guys can no longer use that as an excuse with me. Everything, I've created videos for everything. So about getting your website up, getting your email marketing up, your social media set up, everything is in the marketing basics course. I included that as a part of this. And then you also get 2 months into my marketing membership included in this, which is Marketing Superstars Palace. I call it the Palace. And in there, so this is how you guys are going to get support while you're doing Get Seen Get Paid. Inside the group, inside Marketing Superstars, I do weekly office hours. You don't see, oh, that's weird. Regina just said she doesn't see the page that I'm looking at. Do you guys see it now? Oh, okay. Did you guys see all this stuff? I hate when that happens. Sorry, guys. Okay, so what I was saying was, so it was showing my Facebook page before? That's funny. Okay, sorry, guys. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to GetSeenGetPaid.com. So this is where I was talking about from. So thank you for telling me, Regina. So you're going to read all, you can read all this stuff, but what I was showing you guys was the breakdown, the brand tuning, the audience clarity, the visual bravery, business structure, and marketing strategy. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, the marketing basics course. And then, so what I was saying was how you guys are going to get support while you're going through the course is that I do weekly office hours inside of Marketing Superstars. Okay, so as you guys are going through each week of the course, you can literally ask me questions like, hey, I didn't understand this. I don't know what I'm doing in this part. Can you look at this? How does this look? I also do a monthly coaching call inside of Marketing Superstar. So we literally get on a Zoom conference call together and I give you direct feedback or coaching, marketing strategy on your business, okay? So, all right, see you later, Pooja. So you guys will have that opportunity inside of Marketing Superstar. So even though you're going through the modules and going through the course, you're gonna have my support as you go through it. All right, so I just want to make that really, really emphasize that, because I know some courses people take, like they'll get it and then they'll have no support, and it's just like good luck, goodbye, have fun. You know, I'm not like that. So we don't do that here. I give you guys support. I don't want to give you guys information that you're not going to be able to use and implement. So I want to make sure you have that support. So you have that through the Marketing Superstars. So you have 2 months free of that. All right, so there's some testimonials here. You guys can check it out from other people who have taken Get Seen, Get Paid. And how it breaks down is it's 4 installments of $199 or a full business investment of $750. If you guys want to get one-on-one marketing sessions with me, where we again are on a call one-on-one and we work on your business specifically. Some people like the whole one-on-one support more. There is that VIP investment right here. So it would be if you want to do installments, it's 4 installments of $325, or the full investment of $1,250. So with the course, you'll also get all of the bonuses and everything, plus 2 one-on-one sessions with me. And people have said that literally, like, just even few minutes on the session, we like cover things and work through things that have been keeping people blocked for sometimes weeks, months, even years. We work through that stuff in the session and move right through it. So like, even if it's a tech thing, or even if it's a client process thing or whatever, those come in really handy when you are feeling stuck. So you'll have that support, even more support with the VIP option. All right, so this is really for action takers, people who are having the entrepreneurial mindset. They want to build a profitable business. You know, they're not just doing this for like little bit of change, but they really are doing this to support them, right, financially. So you do have to have a skill in mind that you do want to put out your business with and all of that. Otherwise, you're not going to know what exactly you want to get seen with. All right. So again, if you don't know what your sole purpose is or what your gift is and all of that, I do have a friend and colleague who does soul purpose readings. They're amazing. So she can kind of help you with that part before you take Get Seen, Get Paid. All right. So more stuff about me down here. You guys can read this on your own. But again, Get Seen, Get Paid is where this at. Okay. And then let's see. I have to keep flipping my screens. Okay, cool. So want support on this, head to GetSeenGetPaid.com. All right, super easy to remember. Now, if you guys sign up for this within 24 hours of you seeing this, of me sending this to you, you will get this opportunity, which is a $500 bonus, is my brand clarity session. Okay, these are 75 minutes long, and they're otherwise $500. They're on my website. Like, people do these brand clarity sessions with me, and they're super, super powerful. They're very, very, I get like super intuitively connected, and we make a really powerful, we get on a call together and we make a very powerful brand story for you, your core message, your mission statement, and you get super clear on, you know, how you speak about what you do and all of that good stuff. So really the core foundation of your brand. So basically we take what you do in Get Seen, Get Paid and take it even deeper. And I've noticed that when people do these activities in Get Seen, Get Paid, they get to a certain point, but after that, they kind of need someone else to crack them through to that next level where it makes it really, really powerful. So, you know, because sometimes when it's your own story, you kind of get lost in the details. You guys know what I'm talking about? And you're like, oh, I don't know, I feel uncomfortable talking about myself. So I kind of pull it out of you. Like in this session, I have you talk and I write like crazy. I'm typing, making notes, and then I'll shuffle everything around and I'll make it into a really powerful story. And then we help you come up with a really powerful core message, everything. Super powerful. So if you are confused about when this ends or when this is still applying till, you can email me to double check. But right now, for the next 24 hours, I will throw this in included. Okay, so you don't have to pay an extra $500 for the brand clarity session. Super, super powerful sessions, and I will include it. All right, so know that is available. And if you guys are already done with all of the Get Seen, Get Paid stuff that I listed out, and you're ready for that next level, Confident Marketing Academy will be coming soon. So if you're interested in Confident Marketing Academy, message me. Let's talk about it and see if this would be a right fit for you. This is a super, super powerful course. This one is, I'm running it live. So we're gonna actually have calls where we're doing it as a group together. So I'm running it live. I'm gonna do live coaching. We're gonna do it as a group of people, and there's gonna be a lot of support in this. All right, so this is really more of an advanced course. It's beneficial if you already have your brand foundation, all of that done, because we take it to the next level in Confident Marketing Academy. We get into more of the video marketing, the storytelling, and getting credible visibility, all the next advanced level stuff. All right, so send me a message if you're interested in Confident Marketing Academy. We can talk about that. That is coming soon, but 24-hour sign-on bonus for Get Seen, Get Paid. All right, so do you guys have any questions, anything that you want to share? Maybe your favorite nugget of today, or favorite thing that stood out to you today? You can put it in the chat box. You can tweet me at Aditi Creative. Regina said, thanks, as always, great content. Pooja said, good nuggets today, awesome. So, all right, so I am going to see you guys soon. And again, hit me up about Get Seen, Get Paid. You can sign up directly on the link. You will get access details to it within 24 hours of signing up for that. All right, so GetSeenGetPaid.com.